Hello everyone and welcome to this relaxing commentary long play. Today we are going to be going underground to decorate the skeleton XP farm of our area here. Now make sure to grab your snacks, your drinks, get cozy, and let's get decorating. Now as far as the block palette that we're going for, I'm also going to put my armor back on so we can have some more safe stuff on us and show off our trims that we have. We are going to first collect up the supplies we'll need to go down there. Now we are going to keep this build palette very similar to a lot of the other builds that we have around here. So we're going to use lots of deep slate, lots of spruce. I'm going to see about if I want to use any of like the lighter blocks or keep it more kind of like a dark kind of like a cave and keep it more just spruce and deep slate focused. We'll kind of just play around with some blocks once we're down there. But for sure, we're going to be using spruce. I feel like the unstripped spruce looks really nice, so we'll probably use a fair bit of that since this is our spruce village. Maybe we'll take the dark oak with us. We'll take the pale wood in case we want to like mix in some calcite and diorite with it. But in my mind, I'm mainly interested in grabbing a bunch more deep slate. I can't use this in the stone cutter because I accidentally used my silk touch on it. So we are going to need to go and collect up a bunch of deep slate for this. I also want to grab a spore blossom and some other more decorative bits. So let me just grab a bundle here. We'll put that in there. Let's see if we have a root hanging down. That could look nice. We can have some little bits of azalea. We'll probably go and get more. But we'll get azalea leaves. We'll get a few different flowers that we can put into pots. I think that would look nice. We'll just do some lily of the valley. Don't mind my dog. We'll grab some tulips and maybe some oxydaisies. We'll just do like 2. I don't need like a crazy amount. And then, yeah, we'll start with just getting the walls set up. I think that'll probably be the best thing to start with. Of course, we're going to add lanterns. We're going to move where the chests are down there as well and probably add some barrels and different things down there. I'm kind of trying to just think if there's anything else we want to add, but we can always just come back up. So I think for now, we will just leave it here and let's just go down. We might grab some more iron as well. So let's just actually quickly use this and make more lanterns. There we go. Okay. I don't know how many of them are going to fit. Okay. Not a whole lot of the lanterns fit, but that's okay. I'll just grab these and keep them out here. And now let's just go kind of see what we got for the area. And then what we'll probably do is just come back up and grab a bunch of deep slate. But I just want to place all of these in a barrel real quick. And instead of going all the way down to the skeleton XP farm, I'm just going to leave them in a barrel at the top here, just to make it easier since we are going to need to get a lot of deep slate for the walls. Ooh, I'm trying to think because we are also at deep slate layer and we do need to dig out some additional space for it. So actually, maybe we will just go down. We'll just clear out some of the space that way. And then I also have a bed down there, so we should be good. Now we just go down our little tunnel. I love having this, even though this thing is very loud. It is very fun to have. At some point I need to decorate this too, but that is a larger project. But here's what we got for our little space. We've got our bed here. We've got all of the bones and arrows being collected. I did notice in the 1.24, there's a glitch where they don't drop armor and the rest of the things they usually do. So that's why we've only been collecting these 2 items this entire time. I haven't been like trying to filter them out by any means. But let's take our silk touch. We can put all of our other items in here for now. We've got a crafting table, smelting, we've got a bunch of stuff. So I think what we'll do is we'll just start digging out some space. And we do need to figure out where the actual XP farm is so I don't like break into it by accident. Ooh, having glass. Oop, oop, oop. There's some things. I'm gonna turn on my night vision. Okay. Okay. This is where it stops. So I can dig this way. But I don't want to dig too far because I want the room to go out this way and get pushed. So we'll probably end up moving some of these rails back. That's kind of what we'll end up doing. And what's really convenient is if I put mending on my work pickaxe, I could easily just come over here and start slicing these guys. So maybe we'll quickly do that. Let's go get a mending book so I can have mending on these 2 pickaxes. And then I think we almost have it on all of our tools. These 2 swords needed as well. So we're just taking another little detour. Shocking. Red takes detours and procrastinates doing the actual projects she's supposed to do. What a shock. So I think what we'll need to do is we'll need to grab a bunch of emeralds to then get said books. But let's just go over first and see if there's any emeralds in the box. We'll grab the mending books. We'll chop some trees, trade with our little stick guy. That's still just hiding in a box. I need to do something with him too. But let's just see what we got. Okay, we've got some options here. Where's our paper trader? You're the paper guy. Okay, just a few more. And then mending. Do I have books in here even? I don't even have books. Okay. You stay there, Soar, and... Oh, actually, wait. Do I have just mending books on this shelf? Aha! Look at that, even easier. Okay, do I have... Is this a mending book? Ooh, I could just add mending to all of them. Look at that. Then I think all of my tools will be mended. That's wonderful. But what we could do... I think one of these guys... Oh, I thought I had a lantern guy. Oh, that's such a tragedy. But I can get glass, which is also good. Okay. I'm trying to think... Okay, so I like the idea of being able to see into the skeleton XP farm, but I think we're gonna need to go grab some tinted glass. And can I just like do tinted glass? How do I make tinted glass? Huh. I thought it was just like the little like shards. Do I do this and then just take regular glass? Ah, okay. That's not too bad. So, okay. Just 1 piece of tinted glass gives me 2, and I have a bunch. So I think we're gonna need to grab a bunch more of these. So let me just use the fortune. And then we will need more glass itself. So yeah, trading with the little guy is going to be good, but we'll use glass trade. Because I do think, I don't use tinted glass often enough, but it sounds like it would just be kind of nice. Just to be able to like have some really nice, like visual, a nice little way to see inside where our skeletons are spawning. Oh, I love that sound too. It's so pretty. Okay. So we got, oh my word, we need so many more amethyst shards. That's crazy. But good thing we've got geodes on geodes. So first, we're going to go down into the mines. We're just doing a little bit of distraction side projects to get to the main project, which is about as on par for, you know, a red project as it gets. So let's go grab some amethyst clusters, and while we're down here, we might as well collect up some deep slate. And we're quickly going to grab these diamonds while we're at it. See how much we get. We've got our fortune. So we've got at least 2. Let's put our torch back. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Any others peeking through? No, but I'll take 12 new diamonds. We'll always take more diamonds, especially if I add more armor trims or just leave this armor somewhere in this village and then like get armor trims in the future. We can always use these to decorate and duplicate, so that's helpful. But I think we're almost good. I think 3 stacks should be good, so we're pretty much almost done. So we'll just grab a few more little bits here. And before we actually go to the skeleton XP farm, we recently have made a auto pumpkin farm, and I kind of wanted to check to see how it was doing. 41 isn't too bad. Let's see if this is like collecting well, 'cause that's another thing to consider. Are they pumpkining? They just grow really slow. All right. I also don't AFK a whole lot in here, so that's probably also why we don't have a lot of pumpkins. But now we have the pumpkins that we can send to the little market stall. So we'll just go and add some of these in there. And then we'll start working on our little XP farm. It's kind of fun to just do little projects around the base, side projects. Some might call it just getting distracted, but you know, it's kind of fun, you know, just slowly making this place very, very cozy. And I love all the different elements to this specific little area, our little spruce village. It's also so fun to see this come together like it has from what it used to be. It's so fun. I love the before and afters when it comes to village transformations. I also brought down an anvil so that we can actually add these books onto our tools that still needed some mending on them. So whenever these guys come down, we'll slice them. But it will be kind of nice to just have finally mending on these tools. So I will add that here. We need mending on the fortune one. They're actually pretty cheap. I thought they'd be way more expensive. I think this one will be... Why is it only 3? That's crazy. I was expecting these to be way more. Okay, well, okay, that's fine. I'll take that too. All right, now we got mending on all of our little tools. So with this in our offhand, we can get them all mended up, which is great. For now, though, we're not going to focus on getting the XP collected up. We're going to focus on getting all of the space cleared out. The other thing I can do is I can start figuring out where the fronts and sides of our Skelly XP farm is. So we can go like so. I'm curious how big I actually want to make this room, because part of me likes the idea of being able to like see them coming up through here. All of that I think would be very fun to see. Okay, so go like so. Okay. See, that's kind of... Oh, wait, hang on. I can't get rid of this because the signs will go. But like right here. Let's just do like 3. I think that'll be good. Okay, so there's 2 signs there. So I could technically... remove that one. And that one. Oops, I need to just remove that. There we go. Yeah, this could be cool. Okay, so then if I go to the other side, I'm gonna go around the lava. We're gonna break into this cave, which hopefully it's not too dark that things will see me and get me. I do really like the night vision mod just to make things easier when I'm trying to like show you guys things. Okay. I'm curious when I'm gonna break into the other side of this. Oh, well, okay. There's that. There they are. Look at them. Wee. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think I made an issue. Oh, wait. Why is he getting stuck? Hang on. Oh, I made an error. Okay. Hang on, we gotta fix some things. Oh, Arlo sees things. Arlo's like, you gotta fix it. If you hear little awoos, don't mind my little doggo. Okay, let's try this. Right here, we'll do 3 wide. Okay, I have to figure out how to fix this issue happening. Ooh, okay, hang on. Will that do it the trick? Did this solve it? Oh no, I might have just made a whole bigger problem. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I think I can tell I can see what's happening here. Okay. So if I break this and place something... Ah, no. Let me place something. There we go. Okay. Is that gonna work? Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's what I needed. We're good now. Look at that. Oh, this is so cool. I love this. I love how I can just see them. That, oh, tinted glass is so cool. Like, this is so fun. Just gotta make sure they can't see me, otherwise it's not quite as fun. Okay. So we got that going for us. Oh, this is so cool. I actually really like tinted glass. I haven't really used it a whole lot, but this is pretty sweet to just be able to like see what's going on. See all these little dudes? That's so fun. Big fan. Okay. And then... go like so. We'll get these ones. Go across like that. There we go. Now we can see everything nicely. I like it. Yeah, and then you see them shooting up. That's great. Okay, perfect. And then we can just bop them right on this side here. Look at that. All the XP. Yeah. Fixing up my tools. Love it. Okay, so then let's see how we want to fix the rest of this, because I do want this to be a taller room, because right now it just does not have a lot of... Oh, hello. Doesn't have a lot of gravel in it, for one. Okay, so we're just going to give it some more breathing room, some more height. But I think in general, we're going to make this kind of like a rectangle shape. We'll probably make our walls be the polished and the brick variants of the deep slate. And we'll just kind of work on creating a way that we're able to like see everything going on here. I think I'll also do the same on these side walls for the chute. Arlo agrees with me. He thinks it's a very good plan. And then we're able to kind of like see them in here standing nice and tall. I think that would be super cool. So I think what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna have some lovely music go in the background while we just work on getting this all set up. All right, so we've gotten the walls on the floor and the ceiling all done and in place. Now to figure out how we want to divide up the room. Now I keep on backing up into this and accidentally falling into the minecart, and I don't want to lose it going up the way ever. So I think what we'll do is we'll create some separation walls so that we're able to easily go around this. So we just have to figure out how we want that to look. We're also going to quickly do some mending up of our tools once I just block all this off so I don't pick anything else up. But I think the size of this room is definitely on the larger side. Maybe it's a little too big, but I did want to be able to still see where the skeletons are falling and at the same time see them coming up. So I kind of did need to at least make this side go all the way to where the box is. But I think it'll look super cool. So we'll just leave this for now. I'll probably also swap out this to be, let's see here. I think if we take polished, can I make these into slabs? Yes, I can. Okay, so I think what we'll do is I'll quickly grab this and place that down because that blends in a whole lot nicer. Perfect. I like that. And then, yeah, we just have to figure out how we want this to be set up. Now, we do have our spruce in here that will give us some nice contrast, so it's not just all deep slate in here. So I think what we'll do is we'll just start placing some beams. And I think we'll place them in the corners because if I place these in the corners, we have a 3 space here for things, which actually works really well. Gotta love it being uneven in Minecraft. So then we'll have that be like so, and then we can have some shelves. We can kind of have like a smelting or kind of workstation on either of these sides. I also want to figure out a good way. Maybe we'll do like 4 pillars. If I just like take, oh boy, this is gonna be interesting. Okay, I need that, there we go. Okay, if I take this and move this on the other side, I just need this box to be a little bit further over. Okay, and then remove this, just like so. Okay. I just needed a little bit more space to work here. We'll put all these things away again. So if there's 4 corners, like so, 2 in the middle, we could just use walls. That could work well. If we just take some deep slate, we take the stone cutter. Let's just start putting this over here. If we, maybe let's grab some of these deep slate tile balls. I'm curious what this will look like. If I just raise this up. I almost want it to be like 3 wide, but it doesn't really work super well. But we could still do it. Let's just change this up. So then we go like, oops, wrong block. We add the tile, go like so. And then we can just walk around the other sides. The other part of me is kind of thinking, what if I divert this so that it comes down right here? I think I actually really like that idea, so we're gonna do that instead. So if I just tear this down, and then in this middle, excuse you, what are you doing in here? That makes so much more sense because at some point I had glow ink in the chest here, so that does check out. Okay, so if I just dig this like so. Okay, and then we'll, instead of diverting it this way, pick a different direction. That way, this is definitely a better solution because then it's not in the middle of the room as much as it is on the side, which makes it a little bit easier to deal with. So we'll take this, we'll take those, we'll take our button. I'll probably need to get more rails and everything. And let's grab some more of our tile. That in our offhand, fill this in. Okay. and then let's see here. Let's make this be tall. Like that. Okay, and then we'll grab all of these. We'll bring it around and down. I need to like figure out how I want this to go. Okay. This might make it interesting. We'll have to see how well this works. So if I want it to stop right maybe here, the button can be on the side, like right here. Like so. But I do want the floor to be replaced with the nice blocks that match everything. So if I go like so. Maybe let's move this one in. So we'll go like so. Okay, so we'll go like this. Replace this one as well as the... Let's grab this. We're just gonna like move around a bunch of blocks until I feel like this makes sense to me. Okay, so we've got that in place, so that's good. Definitely need to have more redstone torches, which I think there was some redstone down here. Oh, see, this is the part that gets tricky, that it won't actually connect, I'm concerned. Let's move this torch. Because then that can be here. But this is... Oh, yeah, going up. Okay, we'll have to mess around with this. Okay, that worked. Okay, we're cooking. We've got it, I think. And then we can, well, we can actually fill this in. I don't need this anymore, so we'll just fill this in because we're going all the way down. And then we'll just get another redstone torch for right there. Ah, there's redstone right there. I actually could just probably punch these out and go find some redstone in the cave as well. Right? Yeah, there we go. See, look at that. Redstone, easy peasy. And then we'll use fortune to collect up even more of it. And then we should be good. And then it can go up and down easily. Shouldn't have any issues. Should be all good to go. And then we'll just come back inside our little spot here. Like so. There we go. Okay, and then let's get our crafting table out. We'll place that here. We'll make our little redstone torch. Get that in place. There we go. Yay! Okay, so this should work. Perfect. So we can put the minecart back. Oh. Oh, yep, there it is. The poor little dude. Are they like stuck in here? Like, hello? Like, what is happening? They're just gonna hang out there for a bit, I guess. Okay, but this looks so much better. Okay, and then the only issue is now this little bit in the middle looks very odd. Now I have to figure out what I want to do for this one by one. I could put armor. Maybe make it like a little armor stand. We'll have to think. We'll have to do some thinking on that. Because that totally could work. So, like, let's do this. And then... yeah, if this is all the way up, tall enough, then... we can add a lantern, we'll add some armor, because we can get armor from these guys, just this version of Minecraft that I have installed for now, before I update it, doesn't really, like, have them, but we got them, it's a thing. Also, let's quickly continue healing up my tools. Really quick. I also need to fix the sword that I keep down here just because it doesn't have mending. It does make it a little bit more prone to breaking quicker. We'll just leave that in here for now. Okay. I think that could still work. Yeah, we'll just... yeah, put an armor bit in there and that'll work. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna move all these things for now, and I do definitely need to go get more spruce, but I think we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a pillar. I think if I just do like symmetrical beams around the whole thing, it'll look good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. See, even just adding a little bit of the wood. Okay. Oh, goodness. It's still gonna spook me every time it happens. But, you know, I'll take some glow ink. I can use it for signs and stuff. I just kind of feel bad. It's like an accidental glow ink farm. Okay. Now, I think that because we have the dark tone, we could go with some dark oak for some of the shelving and different things. So we'll kind of just place these down. Oh yeah, that works perfectly. Okay, okay. Yes, yes. And then we'll place a crafting table there. The stone cutter can go there for now. I know that we had the grindstone, which will stay down here. We had an anvil, which we could keep down here. So let's just do like so. And then get some trapdoors. Like so. And make some slabs because I'm gonna replace these top ones with slabs. Because I want to be able to have chests up here. There we go. And I think I had birch in here, which we'll use to create more chests. There we go. And then there were barrels. I had barrels. I don't see them in my inventory. Did I put them in here? I did put them in the little knapsack. Okay. And then let's find a place for the spore blossom. Kind of feel like right behind here would be good. Then we can start getting the particles. It always looks so good. I love the particles of the spore blossoms. It's just the coolest. And then we'll just mirror this. So then we'll take these two. And then more trapdoors. And let's see, there's the dark oak. Here we go. And then I'll take... Oh, here's the thing. Do I want there to be like a stair here? Because you can still get to it. But then it kind of hides things a bit, and I can put other things down. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Okay. And then, yeah. I also could not have barrels here, and we could instead do like a lantern. I don't want it to be like hanging though. I want it to be like actually sitting. Okay, well I think we're just getting hanging, so that's fine. We'll just leave it like that. And then, yeah, I think I need more light in here because if I take off my night vision, I need to be mindful of how dark it is just so that I don't have like mobs coming for me because look how dark this is. Yeah, I definitely have them coming after me a little bit. Oh, but this is gonna look so good. I'm so excited. Okay, so we do need to decide how we want to do the rest of these walls. if we want these to be decorative, if we just want these to be bare. I could have like a little window on some of these ones, like into the cave. Maybe looking into the cave next to us could be kind of interesting. A different, you know, style. It does kind of help give us like the reminder that we're in the cave, we're deep underground. So that could be kind of cool. Another thing that could be interesting is if I remove all of the light sources, so this is dark for the most part, it could be cool to like see the like mobs walking about. So maybe that could be something that we do. But let's take some of this glass. And go like so. I think I'll do that on this set of walls. Just because it's like an easy, fun thing to do for this. Yeah, that looks cool. And then you can kind of like see the rest of the cave while you're inside it. And it kind of makes this place look even larger just because you can see through the glass. Yeah, I really like that. And then maybe we'll just have there be like a tiny window. Maybe. Just a baby window. Like right here. Because I'm not exactly adding like another beam by any means. But yeah, I think that looks good. And then we can put a light above the middle of these. So we don't have to worry about the torches as much. But I think in general, just a light above all of these sections would be good. Like that. And then, yeah, definitely need to figure out some way to light this up and make it look good. We could do kind of like a counter setup, like so, around the outside edge like this. Ooh, what if we had like chairs so we could like sit here and kind of like just sit and watch? That could be kind of interesting. So maybe we make this like a viewing area too. Didn't really think of it that way, but that could be kind of a fun way to look at it. A little different, is just to have a nice little viewing area. So we'll grab a few more of these just to finish off these segments. We'll go like so. And this is definitely like a tiny little nook. This could be, I don't know, we could just make this storage if we felt like it. I'm also trying to think, I don't necessarily like how this chest is positioned right here, and there's nothing like, I don't know how to nicely and organize this so that it's not just sticking up here. So we need to create some more walls. Probably I'll go and grab more spruce because that's just always the easiest thing to do. So we'll put some of these things away and we'll go back up and see kind of what we can think of. But I do think this looks cool. I also realized I grabbed a bunch of flowers and stuff, but I didn't grab any pots to put them in. So we also need to go and get that. But if we just take all of the dark oak again real quick. I'm just like thinking of what I can do for these middle areas, the 5 wide ones. And my idea is if there's still counters, we can just like slowly build them up a little bit. Oops. I really like how you can see the skeletons spawning. I never use tinted glass, but I kind of think it's a little underrated for being able to view things. It's pretty neat. And then we can even still put these here. And then we can just put like pots and like storage and different things on the side, so it'll still work the same way we wanted it to. Okay. Nice. Okay. So this is like a skinny little corner bit. And then once we start adding the greenery too, it's gonna look so nice in here. I'm excited for that, honestly. All the greenery is honestly one of my favorite parts. I think barrels on these sides, now that I'm looking at this, is gonna look a lot nicer. So if we just have like the sides be barrels, I like that. I think that's good. We just gotta pick a wood type we're okay using a lot of wood from, and I think it's time for us to go and collect up a bunch of spruce. So we're just gonna take our little minecart all the way back up and start chopping some spruce with some relaxing music. We're also going to quickly get a bunch of clay smelted up so that I can get more pots. So we'll just stack this all up. And then we can get our pots. I accidentally rolled a fortune shovel, and like using it for clay is one of the only good reasons to have a fortune shovel, because I get so much flint from this dang thing, and it's sometimes very annoying. But you know, it works great when I need clay. But other than that, it's a little bit of a bummer. Oh, more iron. Yay. I'm always running out of iron. I need to make an iron farm, but I don't know if I want to end up making an iron farm in this village since we're so close to completing it and we don't have that many projects left on the task board for this spruce village. So it might be the next one, but I did have another thought. So I guess this is a question for you guys watching and listening. Now, I spawned pretty close over here on this sandy beach. Now, one idea that I had is if I spend some time kind of, you know, sprucing up spawn and making spawn nice and cute, and, you know, if I ever die and end up back at spawn, then I can have like some starting resources like a bed, some basic armor, all of those things. But one of the thoughts that I had is if I made this spawn area into an iron farm, because I do know and have never done an iron farm at spawn that is constantly having the chunks loaded, because that's how the spawn chunk works. So I was curious to maybe try that at some point. So let me know in the comments if we should do an iron farm in this village, the Spruce Village, make a cute little kind of like spawn central point, or if we should do the iron farm in the next village and have that be an export in the next location. So let me know in the comments below which of those you think would kind of be a good option. I'll also leave the rest of these clay balls for here for now, because I'm not really like fully set on like one specific thing one way or another, so definitely open to other options. So let me know what you guys think in the comments and we can just, you know, go from there. But I'm gonna quickly get a bunch more spruce chopped down and then we can go back to decorating so we can just enjoy some nice Minecraft wood chopping ASMR sounds. All right, we've got 3 stacks, almost 4 stacks, and this should be enough for now. I'm not concerned about getting the rest of the saplings and everything. I think we'll just be good to go back down and continue decorating, continue making it cozy. We might also come back up just because I probably need to get some more flowering azaleas. So I think we'll just take a little intermission right now and do some of that. So if I just take some of these bone blocks, and then I'll just set up a chest out here just so it's a little bit easier and I don't have to like carry all these things with me the whole time. But we'll just get some bone meal. I also will need a few shears. I should just make a hoe. I had a hoe. I thought I had made a hoe, but then when I went out into the ancient city that's nearby, I figured out that I didn't have a silk touch hoe. But that's one of the things that I don't have yet. I don't have silk touch. So maybe, should we just see? Let's just see if we can make a silk touch hoe with just the enchanting table really quick. I do need to go down and get more levels, so we'll definitely do that. But for now, let's quickly just plant some of these and then we'll come back up to actually like collect all of the leaves and everything. But let me just plop these down like so. We're gonna have way more leaves than we need to, but I'm okay with that. I use these all the time. I love these leaves. Even though we're in the Spruce Village, I think azalea leaves are definitely my favorite to decorate any build with. So I'm also curious, what are your favorite leaves to decorate with, if that is the type of decoration that you use? Because I know not everyone uses leaves for decoration. But if you do, I'm curious what your favorite leaf variant is in the game to decorate with. Now, we are gonna quickly go and grab some levels so that we can enchant this pickaxe or this hoe, excuse me, because I would love to get Silk Touch. And I don't think either of my little librarians have that yet. If I check them, Fortune, Flame, Arthropods, yep, not there. Mending, Curse of Binding, yep. Not there. How unfortunate. Ooh, hang on. One thing that we could do to ensure that we do get Silk Touch is I was just casually walking past our nether cottage and I started hearing like a zombie villager in the walls or in this upstairs area, and look at what I found. Okay, this is so funny. I found a zombie villager that, hang on, if I can just, a zombie villager was right here, so I decided to cure them. So now we have this villager, and we could just make them be our Silk Touch guy, but I am kind of curious just to see if I can just make the enchanting table roll me what I need, because if I can, then I can save that villager for something different. And yeah, we'll just have a new little friend to give a job to, and I don't need to waste a whole career on it. Okay, so let's just take a look-see. Efficiency 4, that's pretty good. All right, so we're just gonna go down and spend some time getting some levels and hopefully getting Silk Touch on our hoe. And these turns are so sharp that sometimes it just like cuts my face and like it faces through all these things as I'm going down. Okay. Ooh, look at this! We're already down into our area. What I also like about being able to have the glass is then I can see it activating to know that me just standing here is definitely like enough. So let's just quickly take this coal and fill all of this in, and we'll just wait until they start coming down. I could also just stand right here, because then we can kind of just like wait and see. You know? This is super cool though. I love how you can just see. Like, granted, you can't really see without the night vision mod, but with the night vision mod on, it's really nice. But otherwise, it's just kind of like a spooky kind of just, yeah, very cozy, but definitely very dark little space. But let's just slice and dice, and we'll also clean up some of our tools while we're at it. So it will take us a bit longer, but I'd rather have our tools all fixed up as well. Okay, let's see. Silk Touch. Fortune. Ooh, okay. Let's try to remove this. Can we get some XP back? Okay, we'll try one more time, and then we'll just leave this and we'll use shears. Actually, you know, we're just gonna leave it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be here for so long. We're just doing the exact same thing. And we have a cute place to decorate. So we're just gonna take our shears and start trimming all of those leaves off. And then we can add in all of the greenery. We'll grab all of the pot shards, or I guess they're bricks. I always think of them as pot shards because now that we have the large pots, when you break them apart, they kind of like splinter into shards, even though that's like not technically what they're called, but that's what I keep calling them. Okay, and then we'll make an extra pair of shears, and there we go. Okay, so we're just gonna collect up all these leafies. There we go. Even collecting, oh, there go the shears. Even collecting the leaves is just such a nice sound. Just the ASMR of it all. Also, what's interesting is like each leaf has a slightly different sound to it, which I think is really cool that Mojang decided to do that, just to create some differences in the leaves, you know? Like, that's just like a not lazy thing, you know? It's like they put the attention to detail where it mattered, and it made such a difference in just having the different leafy sounds. It's very nice. I really like that. I also don't need these sprucey ones, so we'll just stick them back on there. Can I get that one? There we go. Okay. Now we've gotten actually quite a bit. 2 stacks. I mean, I'll definitely take down these trees at some point, but I think for now, for the sake of just getting this, we'll let this pair of shears break, and then we'll get going. There we go. All right, let's collect up our leaves. We've got our bricks. Okay. Yay. And then we'll just place those back. And let's take this. All of our little goodies. Put my food in my offhand. I don't need the bones and the bone meal anymore, so we'll put that back. And I don't need these anymore. And we'll leave the lectern because I don't need that either. But I think we should be good. So let's just go back down and continue decorating. Okay, I definitely have more leaves than I need, but at the same time, like, it's just nice to have extras. And we have a bunch of the spruce wood, so I'm gonna convert some of this into barrels so that we can add some storage. Let's just go like this for starters with our barrels. And I kind of am thinking if I want these to mirror each other like perfectly even, or if I want to like switch this up at all. I'm also curious if I take some of this dark oak and I convert them into trapdoors like that. I think that looks kind of nice, so maybe we'll do some of that. And then we can mirror those. And then let's just add some greenery. So we can just start adding some in. Just here and there. Like so. And I'm actually going to remove some of these just so that it looks like we have some at the top there. Just little bits here and there. We can kind of put one behind it so it blends in well. Just a few here and there, nothing too crazy. We could also go and get some glowberries. I think that could be cute. Oh, what if we make like a glowberry farm down here? Ooh, yes, because we have the bones at all times. That would be perfect. And then what else could we do? We could make like a glow lichen farm. So like if I were to remove the leaves, we could make the glow lichen farm be right in here, and then the glowberry farm could just be like, we could just behind this wall, like just dig this out by one. Let's see if this works. Okay, so if I take this, dig this out by one, we can just have like 3 different glowberries that will hang from here. I think that could look really cool. Okay, let's find, there we go, the brick one. And then we'll just fix the ceiling. Oh, actually the ceiling is not this, so let's find the actual block for this. There we go. Okay, so then we can have like glow berries here. I actually do think it looks really cool to like set this in by one. I think we'll do that for both of these because then the glow lichen is gonna have a little bit of an easier time like going off of more walls. So I think that will be cool. And then here, let me just empty out some of this into here really quickly. And then there we go. So then this would go like so. Okay, cool. So we can remove these. Like that. And we'll put 2 more right here. Yay. Okay, look at this. I really am actually liking how that's turning out. I didn't expect to be placing a little glowberry or glow lichen farm down here, but like I think it's cool. Now, my next thought is, can I just grab glow lichen with a silk touch pickaxe? Is that like a thing? Nope, we need shears. All right, back up we go. And temporarily, I'm just gonna close that off just so nothing else comes in here to get us, but that's definitely nice. And we can just do some quick slicing. There we go. Okay. Nice. All right. Now, I'm gonna bring our lapis up just because we can put it back into the chest where it's supposed to be, but let's just remove a bunch of these other things temporarily. Just to clear up some more space. All right, well, let's go back up. We're gonna get glowberries, glow lichen, and I think then we can come back down and we'll be good. All right, I think... yeah, let's do glowberries here. And then I'm not exactly sure how the glow lichen would go. Let's just like see what happens. Okay, so it just kind of spreads everywhere. And then we do need to make sure we have shears down here. But I really like the idea of us being able to get glowberries while we're down here. We're able to get a bunch of glow lichen. And then if I just bring this down the full length, then we can get all of the glowberries on all the little segments of it. Look at this. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. And then if we like figured out a way to get like some hoppers, then we could have the hoppers collect them and put them into a barrel down here. That would be cool. I'm also kind of thinking I want to do that, but at the same time, it's like hopping up here to just pick them up is like pretty easy. But dude, yes, I love that I thought of this idea. It's so cool. So we've got a little glow lichen farm, a little not sweetberry, a little glowberry farm. We've got this. We've got all of our cool little ways to look at things. The biggest thing is just organizing. I think for now, we'll just take all of this deep slate, and I'm just gonna put it in some barrels. We can just deal with it a little bit later. This is also kind of like underground, kind of where we can do mining and stuff, so I'm kind of also thinking like it's just kind of a nice place to keep all of these items. But I also do want to make sure that I do finish lighting this up. So what if we do this? See, I wish I had like frog lights, just something else that could go here. Maybe we put one in front of it on the ground, maybe? And I think we can like place one right here. We can place one in this corner. We've got one there. It definitely helps light it up, but this just doesn't seem right. And that looks goofy. So we're not using the glow lichen. Yeah, I really want to use like sea lanterns or something. I feel like that would just be like the best play for this, you know? I'm also gonna like just take out all of these items because I want to make some pots now. So we'll just get those. Oops, I didn't want to put them in there. Okay. Then we'll put that in there. We've got our pots. And let's see. I didn't need that, so we'll just place this here. Have some pots around to add some cute decor bits to it. We'll place one right here, like so. I think that looks good. Ooh, the armor stand. We also need that. So if I take this right here, what if instead of having the anvil there, the anvil goes up a little bit higher? I get rid of this. We put some coal back into it, and then I can take some of this cobble and we'll run it through a few times till we get the smooth stone. And then let's see. I do need one of these and a piece of glass to fill that back in. And then let's see here. I went to get a bunch more of the spruce wood, but I'm trying to just think of how else I would want this to be lit up. We could get glowstone, just like any like prismarine lanterns, like any of those things would just make it so much easier. But I don't think if I find the light level, I don't think I'm gonna have an issue with the light being not enough. So we should be good. I always forget where to look for the light level. Light level. Well, I can't figure it out, but it's definitely like very, very dark and kind of gloomy, but I do think it looks good at least. And let's just take these last two pots and things. And we'll put something there, and we'll put something right here. There we go. I do want to fix this placement, so we'll figure out how I want to do that. I might make it go like directly into the floor. That might be easier. So maybe what we do is we'll have all of the arrows. Okay, we'll just take a bunch of these things. We'll put bones in one of these barrels. And then we'll put arrows in a different one. And we'll do arrows in this one. There we go. One down. Like so. And then if we have any extra. Now let's remove the floor. And we'll remove this. And I'll just dig the floor out. 4 more. We'll go like so. And we'll put that like this. And then we'll grab more smooth ones after we stone cut them. And I just need 2. Yeah, I think that's much better. And honestly, what we could also do is just have a simple like slab right here, because then you can't really tell as much. Or let's see how this looks. We could use the leaves. Just trying to like figure out like how this could look. Oh yeah, I think that looks kind of good. Then it's just like a leafy kind of like cover. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay. I'm a fan of that. And then I think what I'll also do is I'll just like stick some of these leaves into the ceiling a little bit, because I think just some added greenery is gonna make it look really cute. And then we'll do one over here, like so. We'll do one maybe right here. But just kind of like some dangling vine types. And then I think I do want to also add some glowberries, but I do need to make sure that we get shears, because I do not want to just have these overgrowing everywhere. We'll do it one right there. Ooh, the glow berries would actually be the perfect thing. Wow, I'm literally like, how am I gonna light this up? And this whole time I'm like, I just made a glow berry farm. Silly, silly me. Okay, that solves our problem. So let's just see how it looks. So I might not be a fan of the look. So if I take off my favorite little night vision potion, or not a potion, it's just a mod. I actually think this lights it up well. It's not anything too crazy, but it definitely helps. Yeah, ooh, okay, this is good. Look at this. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, yay, this is looking cute. Okay, then we need to go get shears, because some of these are gonna be way, way too tall. And too obnoxious, frankly. Okay, that looks nice. I'm a fan of that. Okay, and then the next thing that I'm thinking, actually I'll put the glowberries back where they should be. The next thing we have to figure out is what to do with this chest. That's the next one to figure out, because we've already gotten this one figured out. And we can just slice and dice, and it goes exactly where it needs to go inside the chest. So yay for that. We'll just get this all figured out. And then we'll put those in there, like so. Sweet, okay. So then we've decorated this area. Now, the other thing that I'm thinking that we could do, I don't know if I want to just leave this more simplistic and just call it good, because I think this is really cute. Like, we've got a glowberry farm, we've got a lichen farm. And speaking of, make sure to glow, like, and subscribe. You see what I did there? It's such a cheesy, Minecrafty, like, YouTuber thing, but sometimes you just gotta do it because it's just funny. But yes, okay, so let me get back on track. Getting distracted by my silly puns that I love oh so much, and probably too much. But I think this is cute. I think, yeah, the armor stand, that's probably the last thing we'll do, and then we'll call it good. So let's just start bringing things up. And I think for now, we'll just smelt up. Oh, that's right. I needed to get this. I actually could make the armor stand right now, I think. But we do need to go get armor to, like, represent this. So I think... Well, let's just get the stand up, because when I update my game, it should allow all of the armors to drop again. So that we shouldn't have a problem with that after this. And we've got the sticks. We've got... We'll just use these to get us some more sticks. Okay, and then we've got that. There we go. We've got an armor stand. Nice, looky there. Just what we wanted. Okay, now we go and we just start replacing all of this back into the chests in our little storage cellar. All right, I've gotten the chest cleaned up, and honestly, I think this is such an incredible transformation of what this used to look like. I am so happy with this, so proud. We even spontaneously added 2 little farms in here, which is perfect for it being by the skeleton XP farm. But I love this. I think this is where we are going to call it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope you enjoyed this long play. Make sure to subscribe if you have not, like the video, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.